Hello there everybody and welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Now I have a very interesting topic I want to talk about today. The title of the video. Obviously you clicked on it and there's a long answer and there's a short answer. Short answer, yes, there is still a point to all of this. Long answer is a little more complicated that we're going to get into in this video. Do the liking and subscribing to make me feel happy, and yeah, let's get into it. So I want to talk about Lightspeed Bundles again today. Lightspeed Bundles really changed up the game forever, how we play it, what to expect in the future. And my whole idea for this video came around when I was farming and I was looking at my farming path. And I'm like, all right, so what GLs do I want to go for, blah, 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 in the future? Let me show you what I'm talking about. What do I want to go for next after I get Superior like Ren, Rey, and where is it? Yeah, Gucci Man. After I get these three done, because I'm basically done with Sith Eternal as well, what do I want to do next? Blah, 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 thinking my farming path in the future. That's a whole nother video. Don't worry about it. Just trying to plan ahead. And I was like, oh, maybe I should go for Master Luke. And then I thought to myself, he's probably gonna be a Lightspeed bundle. And I just didn't put him too high on the list. And then I realized, why do I think he's a Lightspeed bundle? Well, I'll tell you why. They say in this announcement of the Lightspeed bundles that we will be monitoring player reception of these bundles, and if well received, we will continue to offer these Lightspeed bundles for other older characters in the future. Jedi Master Luke, Sith Eternal, characters like that are older characters. So it'd be very interesting for me, anyways, to see what other kind of bundles they would do. But if they did Rey and Kylo, it would make sense for next year for them to do Master Luke and Sith Eternal. That would make sense for Lightspeed bundles. So I want to kind of talk about, is it really worth farming these characters if you're just going to be able to buy them in a year, right? Why would you spend a year of your life getting these characters if you're just going to be able to get them almost in like 2 months in a year's time? Like, why would you spend the time to do that? And there's a long answer again, and there's a short answer. So what I'm going to try and do is I've made a list of every GL that is in the game and what their Lightspeed bundle might entail. Now, if we look at, before we start, if we look at what's in this drop, we have Starkiller 1, BB-8, Jedi Training Rey, GL Rey, and the Raddus. 5 bundles. So we come over here. There's 5 characters. Actually, there's 6 if you count R2. There's 5 characters in here that are kind of needed for the Jedi Master Luke event. Now, however, I don't know which one they would drop for maybe a different one. I don't think they would do 6 characters just for Jedi Master Luke. I think if this was a more realistic list, I think they would probably put in R2-D2 instead of Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker or CLS. But I definitely think that they're going to do a Lightspeed bundle for 3PO, because 3PO is gated behind a very difficult event, as many people know. 3PO isn't the easiest event, and a lot of people, not all, but a lot of people don't like gearing up their Ewoks. So you have to gear up your Ewoks a lot for this event. Well, not a lot, but a decent amount for this event. A lot of people don't want to do that. So this would be a great Lightspeed bundle. Get people to 3PO faster, because 3PO is needed everywhere in the game. He's needed for gas. He's needed for a CLS team. He's needed to do, well, this event, for starters. He's just needed everywhere. 3PO is needed all over the place. And this would be a great way to get players caught up on their Ewoks, because a lot of people don't want to go through that whole thing. Chewbacca, you just need some bounty hunters, so Boba Fett, Burrito, Bosk, even though we already had Bosk in a Lightspeed bundle. You could do Cad Bane, I don't know if I said Dengar already. Just some characters like that would definitely be in a Chewbacca bundle, like the basic bounty hunters. And that would also help you towards Executor, which is great. I would love Executor. I love the Executor farm. So getting to Chewbacca would be a really simple event as well. Just give him a bunch of bounty hunters, you'd be good. Commander Luke Skywalker, you just need a bunch of what? Is it? I haven't done the event in so long. Is it Rebels or you need Empire for this? Well, I guess it doesn't have any locations because I've already done the event. So whatever, if it's Empire or if it's Rebels, you still are probably going to be able to, yeah, it's Rebels. Getting these 4 plus what Old Ben, yeah. Getting these guys plus Old Ben would be super helpful. So that'd be like pretty quick pack. I could totally see them throwing in R2D2 instead of Jedi Knight Luke, and then making them go after Jedi Knight Luke, or making us go after Jedi Knight Luke ourselves, just giving us a bunch of Imperial characters. So let's say they give us Thrawn at R5, Colonel Stark, Veers, Gideon, TIE Pilot, Tarkin, and Royal Guard, and Stormtrooper. We'll say they give us those guys. Like kind of like the BB-8 bundle. So R2 would be very similar to a BB-8 bundle, where they just give you a large majority of the faction. I don't think they would give us the whole faction, because there's a lot of freaking guys in here. But I think like take out the legendaries, like take out Thrawn, take out Palpatine, take out Vader, because I mean you get them pretty fast anyways. But you know, characters like that, I could see them leaving out Piet as well. But like this whole row, maybe this whole row as well, maybe take out the Inquisitor as well. But you know, stuff like that would be super great for that event. So we go back to the list I had. That seems like a very plausible thing that they would do next year. And a Jedi Master Luke bundle could be like Wedge, Biggs, Lando, the BLT Y-Wing or whatever it is. You know, stuff like that. I could totally see this happening. Very similar to what happened this year. Although the only thing that sucks for this is that there's not really like a ship besides the BLT Y-Wing or whatever that they had to throw in here for this event. But maybe they can replace that with more characters, which I don't think people would be mad at. Although the ships definitely really help the characters. So on the flip side to what Luke Skywalker would be, you'd have to get Sith Eternal. So Sith Eternal, there'd be a Sith Eternal bundle. You'd probably need to get Piet. You'd probably have to get Phoenix at a decent level to do Thrawn. I don't know if Palpatine's needed actually, but if you did that, you'd get some well, you'd already have Rebels, but you could get some more Rebels. Darth Vader, I don't know how they would do this because he's not like a legendary character. He's kind of like similar to Grievous, where you just gotta kind of farm his stuff throughout, but he's not really farmable. So I could see them giving you just shards for Vader. Piet could be a great character to go in a Sith Eternal bundle. This doesn't fit as neatly into a bundle as the Luke one did, but I could totally see this happening. I could also totally see some other legendary characters being included, like Gas could be a great legendary event to do, or maybe Padme, something like that. Those characters could be really good legendaries to get those extra legacy bundles on the side, like Starkiller. So if you got a bundle for Padme, maybe it'd be Geos. If you got a bundle for Gas, maybe it would just be the clones, or maybe it would be it probably would be the requirements as well, but you would also probably get the clones in there somewhere. Just something like that would be really helpful, I think. And then you can keep going down and doing the whole thing with Padme. Then you have a similar thing with Vader as you do with Grievous. You could do, this would be Kenobi, not Padme. You'd need Padme for Kenobi. You can get Yoda for Kenobi. You see where I'm going with this, is that if they keep doing this every year, you just get more and more legendary characters for really cheap as time goes on. So really, what's the point of farming all of these characters if you're not going to have to like farm them in a year's time, if they keep doing them, of course? Well, a few things. Guaranteed CG's already thought about that. So I don't think they're just going to give you every legendary for everything. And again, they're not just giving you these GLs. You still are going to have to do some farming. They're not giving you all the requirements off the bat. But if you look in here and you take out a bunch of the newer releases, so we take out Cal, we take out Aphra, Inquisitors, we take out maybe Malik we take out, I'm not sure. Leviathan definitely would be taken out. You know, characters like that. And we could even, I think guild stuff is off limits, I should say. I don't think they're going to give us just Rolo for the Luke event, so you're going to have to get Rolo. Probably going to have to get Hoth Han, I think. Actually, he's just a farmable character, isn't he? I don't know. You get my point. What I'm saying is, they're not going to do this for the newer characters. And by the time the newer characters are, you know, they get the raid and whatever, and people start farming them to get through the raid, by the time like Leia for this Endor speeder bike thing, By the time the Endor Speeder Bike chase event comes to an end, because they're doing a new raid cycle where one raid is super relevant, and then they move on to another raid that's more relevant, and the other one becomes more obsolete. By the time if I got to Leia, if I started farming her today, and by the time I got to Leia as a free-to-play player, the event would probably start to become obsolete, and there wouldn't be too much of a point. I would have a GL, but the Endor Speeder Bike raid might not be the most relevant raid because they're going to do a new raid for the next GL, which is a totally another video, totally separate video in the future that I would like to do. So, a few things. They're not going to give you all the legendary characters, and they're not going to give you the newer legendary characters. So, that eliminates a lot of them off the bat. So if you want things like Afra, you want things like Bam. Bam isn't one of the newer legendary characters, but he doesn't really tie in anywhere, really. I mean, he ties into Executor, but that's about it. So they're kind of giving us also Executor requirements if they give us the Master Luke one, or if they give us other requirements, we don't need an Executor one. So you'd still have to get the Bam, you'd still have to get Chimera, Hans Millennium Falcon, they're probably not going to do because you just do that with the Executor. So what I'm saying is they're not going to give us legendaries and events for all this for everything. So it's also really hard for us to guess what the next Lightspeed bundles are going to be. Why would we just not get a character when we don't know what the next bundle is going to be? If we say, I really want to get Jedi Knight Revan, but he's going to be in the next Lightspeed bundle, so I'm not going to get him. Why? How do we know that? Why would we know that? Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan really just lead into Malak and Malgus. So that's not a GL, and it sounds like the Lightspeed bundles are really just going to be focused on GLs. And if they do give us other legendary characters, it looks like it's going to be more one-off characters. So I guess an example would be Padme, or if they give us Thrawn, or stuff like that. Well, I guess Thrawn would be needed for whatever Lightspeed bundle, but you see what I'm saying is that they would give us more one-off bundles as the other side legendary characters. I don't see characters like that being the next Lightspeed bundle. Do you see what I'm saying? We don't know what the next bundle is going to be, and we shouldn't hinder our roster just because we think there might be more Lightspeed bundles. We don't even have more confirmation. It's just it's something really interesting I was thinking about. And I don't want that to affect people's farms in a negative way. So I think there's a lot of positives that the Lightspeed bundles are doing. Just don't forget that this is still the video game, and CG knows that this is still their video game. They don't want people to just get everything. So farming stuff is still really important. Don't hold out on something unless we get a hint that there's going to be the next Lightspeed bundle. Then maybe if we get a hint, then I would stop if I were you. But also in the future, we do have confirmation, actually, that there's going to be more really good bundles coming up. I do want to bring to your guys' attention before we head out of the video. There's going to be some Geonosians. This was all data mined. You're going to get some really good shards from this stuff. They're going to do some bundles pretty cheap. However, this is no Lightspeed bundles. You're not getting these unlocked instantly Relic 5 for $10. This is $15, and you're getting $125 for each geo and then some extra resources. Nothing similar. So is this completely unrelated? Is this what they're kind of modifying the Lightspeed bundles? Are they going to make it more expensive or give you less rewards? Totally possible. This is what the art for it's going to look like. And yeah, they're also saying that there's going to be data mines there is data mines for future bundles for Imperial Troopers and the Rogue One characters. So very interesting that they're making their bundles a lot more accessible, cheaper, and more useful for newer players. That's what I really like about this. That's what I really like about the Lightspeed bundles, which makes me bring this up because I just want to mention that this is some news, as well as maybe something that they're going to change in the future, making the Lightspeed bundle still good, but maybe not as good as R5 for everything across the board. Because that was kind of crazy. I mean, everyone thinks I was crazy. So just some news I wanted to throw on at the end of the video. If you did enjoy, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Still continue your farms and finish your farms. Finish them. yeah, don't just wait for new Lightspeed bundles because that's it's still a video game after all. So see ya.